Right, the only way to make this a tough ride is to Bear Grylls it, swim it.
Hey mate, you're right.
Steve, what are you doing here? I've been waiting at Wagamama's for 15 minutes.
What's happening? Well, I thought I got something just up your street. Chips, hot dog and burger.
Go on then.
Followed by a cheeky 99 after.
Ah, yes. Let's do it.
Hey, no, seriously, I think we should spend our time more meaningful in these lunch hours, or 2 hours. So I think it's time for a challenge.
A challenge? Mate, you know I like a challenge.
The toughest,
The toughest,
the fastest lunch hour ever. E-bike versus road bike. Time then to hit the ground running in road bike versus e-mountain bike.
My weapon of choice, Steve, is this. The Albert Orca Aero, fully carbon. I've got some carbon wheels, the Vision 55 SLs. And then for tyres, I've got for some 25 width tyres. You got no chance, Steve.
Weapon, I think weapon is definitely part of your arsenal. But you talk about those 25mm tyres, I'm sure they will disappear down the first crack in that tarmac climb. I've got 2.8 tyres, 200mm discs, and of course, 180mm travel front and rear.
Yeah, but what's your weight?
Weighing in at about 22 kilos. What about you?
I've gone lightweight, mate, 6 kilos. You got no chance.
Right, all torque, Hank, as usual. 75 newton meters of torque and a 250 watt motor.
I've got a solid FTP of 280 watts, mate.
You're gonna need it, I tell you.
Right, let's do it.
Hank, I'm not being funny, but your freewheel is actually making more noise than my 75 newton meter motor. Now, talking about my route today, now normally in a lunch hour, I'd probably be looking at 6 climbs and 6 descents in a bike park, but I'm looking for something a bit more adventurous today. So I've got something looping, looking about 2,000 feet up and down. That's my target.
Oh, sounds good, Steve. I've gone for 18 miles on road, flat out with some climbs. But I've also got
I gotta go.
a surprise.
I gotta
Good
go.
luck, mate.
See you later,
out.
yeah? Whoa.
You got no chance. I'm not gonna lie, I'm already starting to hurt. And I've only just left, Steve. 250 watts. Steve's got a motor that does that for him. Ah!
As you can see, the surfaces and gradients on my route are quite different to Hank's. And that means that some of these climbs you can only actually do in turbo mode. So that means it's going to really cane the battery on my bike. So as I'm grinding up technical climbs, I'm quite sure that Hank is going to be skimming down tarmac.
I started off hard. First 10 minutes, my heart rate's already shot up to 180. I don't know if that's because of the 3 coffees or because I'm just going flat out up this climb. I bet Steve is cruising through the woods, not even breathing, whistling. Ah! It's still a long way to go. And this is definitely the suffer hour. You're gonna see more of these. Ah!
Now this is what a lunch ride is all about. Bit of tech rock and root limestone to get the adrenaline flowing. I'm about to dive into the black. great thing about power hours is you can give it absolutely everything. Oh, sweat's pouring off me. I'm soaking wet.
Currently doing the speed limit, so cars can't even overtake. Steve ain't gonna be doing even half this speed. He ain't got no chance. Gnarly descent, check. Welsh lanes, check. Don't know what Steve's thinking taking me on.
Now this looks like an ideal place to cross the river. I wonder how Hank's lunchtime ride is going. Actually, I wonder how he's crossing the river.
I'm definitely not gonna be able to get my bike across there. Is there a shallow bit? Right, the only way to make this a tough ride is to Bear Grylls it, swim it.
Hank, mate, you all right?
Heavier than I thought. There is no chance I can carry that across. I tried to do the brave thing and swim across the river, but swimming across with a bike is a little bit more difficult. So, ferry it is. Right, made it to the other side, thanks to Max.
No worries, man.
Right, we're on a safe passage. Didn't make it across swimming, but I did hijack a boat. Now, it's back on the road.
As we headed back to base, it is going to be interesting to see who'd done the biggest distance, who'd climbed the most feet, who'd had the biggest workout, but ultimately, who'd had the most fun.
Undercarriage is a little sore, but I've arrived in style. La 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 la, la la la, hey, la 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 la. I don't know if it's acceptable to do my celebration dance until I see Steve. Ah, Steve!
Oh man, well there's no doubting who was the fastest in that one then.
I squeezed it into the hour. You went a bit over, but I'll let you off.
What distance did you do?
Well, I did 31 kilometres. What about you?
Oh wow, 10 miles.
Oh, so
However,
beat you on that one.
I was aiming for 2,000 feet of climbing and descending, and I snuck it in at 1998 feet. Not too bad in a lunch ride. But Hank, even though it's 30 degrees, I slightly underestimated the conditions because in those woods, it was so wet from last week's rain.
Wet?
Wet, I'm telling you,
Don't
super
talk to me
wet.
about wet.
What do you mean?
Well, I submerged myself in the Monmouth River.
What was wrong with the ferry crossing?
Yeah,
I had you down to have a sneaky beer and get across that ferry.
Well, no, I took it a bit too seriously and tried to swim across. It didn't work out so good, so I ended up getting the ferry in the end.
Yeah. But bottom line, Hank, who had the most fun on their lunch power hour ride?
Well, the only way we can find out is by asking you guys. So let us know in the comment section below.
E-bike or road bike?
Road bike. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up.
And hit the subscribe button to see more videos from EMBN. Hank, it's
been a
great.
pleasure, dude. Thank you. Should we go back to the office?
Yeah, why not?
We better.